the way I'm looking at things, I might have been wrong about Arsenal. I have no idea. Things could just change in a week, 2 weeks' time. Even after the break, Man City could look like favourites. But as it stands, I feel like on a personal level, I feel like I might have been a little bit too wrong about Arsenal at this moment of time. Did not count on Liverpool looking this arse. But anyways, smash the likes. You know what likes does for any YouTube content creator, any video. There's a good 57% of people that do not subscribe. It would be nice to get more subscribers as well through these videos. So if you want to come along, I'm quite fair, fair base. I get told, oh, stop glazing Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea. Apparently I glaze everyone. But I'm just here to just provide a fair analysis. And you know what? Hold my hands up a little bit. But yeah, Arsenal are looking like the favourites right now. Simple as that. And you know what's funny? Egal and a couple other Arsenal fans over the summer were kind of warning us about this Liverpool side, and not in the way where even myself thinking, oh, come on, God, they got Verts, they got Isak, they got Ekatike, they got Kirkes. And it was not just Arsenal, there was a couple others. But then when I think back and become a little bit more open-minded to what they've said in the past, like in the summer, about, there's too many first-team players coming in the door, aka what Agal said, also what Just Dia said. It's going to take more than a while just to click and get things going. They're changing up at least half the team. So, and a few Arsenal fans have kind of said that, but in different ways. Whereas with Arsenal, they've already got a solid base, and they're adding in the likes of an Eze potentially off the left. And obviously when it comes to their spine, nothing's really changed but the striker. And we're yet to see if Kai Havertz is going to even feature as a main starter in this Arteta side. The only thing is I will always have, and I always back myself with, is I don't know if this is the man to get Arsenal over the line. But as you know, Liverpool lost again, back-to-back now against Galatasaray. You can't say it wasn't coming, but it was coming. The whole, sustainable talk. Is this football sustainable? Like for like, energy for energy. We said the same thing when it came to set pieces and Arsenal. And you know what? In the end, it proved to be right, because where is your open play XG? Where is your open play goals? Whichever one you want to do the eye test, or you want to do it by stats. It's totally up to you. But this season, things look a little bit more balanced for Arsenal. And for me, even though they're not sitting at the top of the league yet, and, Chelsea have got to play Liverpool, Arsenal going to play West Ham, things could really flip on its head just before the international break. You look at it all as a collective. Man City are creeping up. Arsenal looking like the best in terms of performances. Look at the teams that they have played. Newcastle away, Manchester United away. Yes, they lost at Anfield as well due to a free kick, which they probably should have drew, maybe got a couple results. Yes, they might have drawn against the likes of Man City, which was wholeheartedly Arteta's fault for their approach. But that's 5 teams I've already just mentioned, and you're thinking like, oh my, wait, hold on. They've already got 5 extremely difficult fixtures out the way. You look at the next run and you feel, oh, this looks kind of favourable at this moment in time for Arsenal. And, when you go to the back end of next season, Liverpool's got to go to the Emirates. Even though they have to go to, Man United's got to go to the Emirates. Yes, you might have to go to the Etihad, but I feel like Arsenal fans are sensing little bits and bobs of weaknesses within Man City's side. But you will see when we get there, right? But the way I'm kind of viewing it right now is performances. And I think they matter early on, because we always say, doesn't matter if you get wins early on, doesn't matter if you kind of lose early on. It's kind of like, let me wait till I get to game week 15, 20, 25, and then we can have a real discussion about, who's where and who's going to be in said place at said time, at said moment. And right now, as it stands, I can't lie, Arsenal playing not only the most balanced football when it comes to the top sides at the moment, they are looking very sustainable. They're scoring set pieces. They're scoring clutch goals away from home. And also, but the last little missing piece for them is getting their number 9, scoring some more. Adding Eze into this fold, also the likes of better depth in terms of Mascara as well, and many others that are in that side right now. You look at Arsenal squad and think they have the squad. There is quality upon quality. Zubimendi is getting that little bit better by better per moment. You do have to wonder that can they go all the way this season? I don't exactly want to jump the gun too soon, but I have to just say how I feel. I just look at Liverpool's team, and I'm not the only one that feels this way. It's Liverpool fans as well. It's Arsenal fans, City fans like that. So they look at Liverpool thinking, I don't fear this side. It's something about it is not clicking, and it's not exactly like Arsenal. And what I'm going to say about it's not exactly like Arsenal. What separates Arsenal away, in my opinion, from the Liverpool side right now, and even Man City, is the most sustainable part of it all, which is the defense. How many chances do they let through or leak in their back line? And it's as Sir Alex Ferguson said, attack wins you games, defense wins you titles. So I'm going to go off that metric. And that metric tells me, you know what, Arsenal got the best defense. They're not as open as a brothel like the likes of Liverpool or Manchester City at times. But the thing is with City, they got players coming back like Rodri and whatnot. They're really finding their rhythm. And when Man City find rhythm, they get a little bit worrisome. They're going to have to rely on, obviously, Kuzanov, like of, what's his name, Nico Riley, Vardy. If you go look into it yourselves, Vardy and obviously Ruben Diaz have actually a really, really good partnership. And that's the same partners in terms of the fullbacks, Kuzanov and the likes of and O'Reilly. They're the ones that actually locked down Arsenal's wingers. So they really nullified a lot until they come off injured. But if you kind of Arsenal's kind of whole midfield defense, their keeper's looking at one of the best in the world at the moment, and even the options they got up front is the fact that they got options and they can mix it up different ways. Now it's down to Arteta if he really wants to put that together and put that on the pitch and be a little bit more brave, like he did at Newcastle, not exactly Manchester City. You've got Marino, who is the most false midfielder ever, and he's a striker. Kai Havertz is very, very different. He will come back and he will get good. And you know what? I'm eager to see how he links up with everyone. But, he's a different striker in terms of Gyökeres. Gyökeres is in behind. You can throw him on. There's going to be a lot of rotation. Even that you got a game today later on, you're going to find a lot of rotation. Young players, Wanyeri, exciting. Lewis Skelly, exciting. You look at Mascara, definitely exciting. Got hooked on harshly, but you know what? The game's the game. Saliba, new contract. Saka coming back to fitness, managing his minutes. You look at the midfield options, when you got the likes of Zubimendi, even the likes in the cup games, you're going to obviously play Norgard. Declan Rice, don't need to speak more about him. And I feel like Odegaard's got a point to prove, and his position is definitely under threat, meaning he should elevate his game. Really good cameo against Newcastle. Things are kind of just heading that little bit in that direction where you say, I feel like the only way's up, and they're definitely going to score more goals. They're definitely going to concede less goals than the next. And you know what? The proof is in the pudding, whether you want stats or the eyes. So right now, I'm not saying that, Arteta's not got any excuse to not go and win the league, but he doesn't have any excuse to win the league. He should be. You got the best team, you got the best squad, the best performances, and you got a variety of different kind of goals that you can score, even at grounds that you don't favour, aka Old Trafford's, and also the likes of St James's Park, right? And I think you got an unfair result at Liverpool as well. It was definitely not deserved, but here we are. That's the game of football. Let me know what you think in the comments as well. So do get involved and like the video, but I'm going to continue about what I'm feeling. I look at runs, and I think runs are the most important part. And you look at how many wins can some teams put together. And this Arsenal team is definitely capable of putting a lot of W's together, and so are Liverpool and so are Man City. But really and truly, with casting doubts over Liverpool, you do wonder if there's a bit of a confidence issue and maybe a little bit of an availability issue as well when you're trying to put together your midfield. Because is it just me? But when I feel like you take out McAllister or a Gravenberch out the side, it looks completely different. Isak's not firing at the moment. We'll see. He's due to get fit and whatnot. Ekatike is Ekatike though. But their left-hand side and their right-hand side, their wingers, it's not exactly reaping what it sows. Do you know what I mean? Like Gakpo's off form. Wirtz is a myth. You look at the right-hand side, Salah is a myth, but he's inevitable at times, but Frimpong is not the answer either. You look at their fullbacks and it's open territory right there. So there's a lot of question marks over Liverpool's side when it comes to attacking front and even when it comes down to the defensive part. And I don't really view that with Arsenal. And that's why I'm kind of here to say, you know what? I haven't exactly even been harsh on Arsenal. I've been more harsh on Arteta, and deservedly so. But the way I'm kind of viewing the Premier League at this moment is kind of a mess. And I feel like it's only about time where Arsenal are going to capitalise on a lot of that mess and go on some sort of winning run and keep getting W's upon W's. And I do wonder if that pressure is going to be put onto the likes of, Liverpool and maybe even Man City. But I expect Man City to take on that pressure. I think there's a lot more to play for, of course, but there's a lot more in play there's a lot more in store where I feel like a lot of us may be surprised. Did we overrate Liverpool a little bit too soon? Question mark again. That's for you lot to decide. Am I going overboard? Am I jumping the gun? I just feel like with Arsenal, you got a really good thing going on at the moment, and I'm eager to see it. Like I openly admitted before the St James's Park game against Newcastle, of course, I wanted Arsenal to win. I celebrated Arsenal winning. Why? My team is shit. I know that. People like, oh, who do you support? Support that team up there. You can see some red stripes there. It's Manchester United. But I don't have a beef with Arsenal anymore. Yeah, the fans, but I don't want Man City, let alone Liverpool winning. If someone's gonna go do it, you lot go do it. You haven't won in 20 odd years. Go and do it. That's just my little bit. So before anyone wants to come for me, there you go. There's my reasoning. I don't mind Arsenal winning. I don't care about fans being insufferable. All fan bases are insufferable, especially my own. That's my little 2 pence. Anyways, Arsenal, for me, you are the favourites now as it stands. And it's not like you shouldn't have the pressure. You should welcome it. In a bit, smash the likes and definitely get your thoughts in. Love.